Imagine for a moment a quiet, dust-mote-filled room inside a stone manor, where a weary traveler sits, frantically trying to repair a broken instrument, while the foundation beneath the house slowly erodes. We live in a culture obsessed with self-repair. You are told every morning that you are broken. You are sold thousands of books, courses, and quick fixes designed to polish your flaws, patch your anxieties, and mend your broken habits. But let me ask you a fundamental question. What if the very act of trying to fix yourself is the precise mechanism keeping you trapped in mediocrity? There is a profound, fundamental difference between fixing a broken machine and cultivating a living, breathing destiny. When you focus on fixing yourself, your attention is anchored exclusively on your deficiencies. You become a perpetual mechanic of your own shortcomings, consumed by what is missing, what is damaged, and what is inadequate. You remain chained to your past mistakes, endlessly analyzing the wounds instead of building the future. Today, we step away from the endless cycle of neurotic self-repair. We examine a higher, more demanding philosophy, the strategic shift from frantic fixing to deliberate alignment and ruthless omission. The binary fallacy, the fixer verse. The architect to understand why self-repair fails, you must understand the binary stakes of human energy. Every day you operate under one of two operating systems. The fixer operates from scarcity, shame, and reactive defense. The fixer wakes up, scans the horizon for what is wrong with their personality, and spends their precious energy patching leaks in a vessel that was never designed for those waters. The architect operates from vision, alignment, and offensive construction. The architect accepts the raw material of their nature, stops trying to remake iron into gold, and instead designs a structure where iron serves as an unshakable foundation. You do not change your life by fighting the old. You build your life by rendering the old irrelevant. If you spend all your time trying to turn your weaknesses into average traits, the best you can ever hope to become is thoroughly average. True leverage, the kind of leverage that builds enduring wealth, commanding presence, and quiet peace of mind, does not come from fixing flaws. It comes from amplifying innate strengths and ruthlessly eliminating the friction that slows you down. Module 1. The philosophy of strategic omission number 1. You must master the law of strategic omission. Most people believe that to achieve a state of high output and internal peace, they must continuously add new habits, new disciplines, and new routines. They stack morning rituals upon evening reviews until their days are choked with self-improvement homework. Consider the sculptor. When Michelangelo stood before a block of marble, he did not seek to add material to it. He did not look at the rough stone and say, "How can I fix this rock?" He understood that the masterpiece was already contained within the marble. His sole task was to chip away everything that was not the statue. I once knew a young man, sharp, ambitious, gifted with remarkable intellect. Yet every year he found himself broke, exhausted, and bitter. He spent thousands of dollars on coaching, trying to fix his lack of consistency, trying to fix his sudden bouts of fatigue, trying to fix his inability to focus. One afternoon, sitting in a quiet cafe, we looked at his life not through the lens of what he lacked, but what he retained. It turned out he didn't have a focus problem. He had an elimination problem. He was maintaining relationships with toxic associates who drained his mental state every evening. He was consuming low-grade distraction until 2 a.m. He was taking on client projects that misaligned completely with his core talents. He was trying to build a racing engine while dragging an anchor. When he stopped trying to fix his discipline and simply cut off the toxic associates, eliminated the late-night cheap entertainment, and refused bad projects, his discipline repaired itself overnight. The anchor was lifted. The ship sailed. Ask yourself this right now. What are you currently trying to fix in yourself that would simply disappear if you removed 3 toxic inputs from your daily environment? Module 2, moving from reaction to alignment next. Shift your focus from self-correction to environmental and behavioral alignment. When a plant fails to bloom, you do not pull on its leaves to make it grow faster. You do not scold the stem for being crooked. You look at the soil, you look at the light, you look at the water, you fix the environment, and the plant takes care of the growth. Human beings are no different. You cannot force yourself into high performance through sheer willpower and self-chastisement. Willpower is a finite reservoir. If you rely on it to fix your daily flaws, you will exhaust yourself before noon. I once knew a business partner who spent 5 years trying to fix his natural aversion to detailed bookkeeping. He felt ashamed. He bought software, hired tutors, read textbooks, and spent sleepless nights sweating over ledger lines, beating himself up for making simple accounting errors. He was a visionary promoter trying to force himself to be a meticulous clerk. The turning point came when he accepted his nature without shame. He hired a disciplined, cold-eyed accountant to handle the detail work, while he devoted 100% of his energy to high-stakes sales and vision casting. Within 12 months, his company tripled its revenue. He did not fix his flaw. He aligned his role with his true engine. Module 3, the Socratic loop of intentional living to step off the hamster wheel of self-improvement. You must constantly subject your motives to rigorous, unemotional questioning. Most people live in a state of unexamined effort, mistaking movement for progress and activity for achievement. Let us run through the 3 Socratic inquiries every serious individual must answer. First, am I trying to alter my fundamental nature, or am I trying to refine my execution? Second, is this perceived flaw an actual weakness, or is it merely a talent placed in the wrong environment? Third, if I stopped attempting to repair this trait today and instead isolated it, what incredible resource would be freed up to build my vision? Take a moment to sit with those questions. When you realize that your natural traits, even your impatience, your stubbornness, your relentless intensity, are merely raw energy waiting for the right container, the need to fix yourself vanishes. Impatience in an executive is a driving force for velocity. Stubbornness in a negotiator is an impenetrable defense. High intensity in a creator produces timeless work. It is not the trait that is broken. It is the application. Module 4, the daily protocol of omission and construction. How then do we operationalize this philosophy? How do you transition today from a perpetual fixer into an architect of high-value states? You adopt a simple 3-tiered daily framework built on discipline, clarity, and non-negotiable execution. Audit the friction before you start your day. Do not write a list of 20 things you need to do to improve yourself. Write down 3 things you will not tolerate in your space today. You will not tolerate low-value gossip. You will not tolerate reactive screen checking before noon. You will not tolerate hesitation when execution is required. Channel the engine, identify your strongest natural drive. If you are analytical, build a 3-hour block of undisturbed, deep analytical work. If you are a communicator, step into high-stakes interactions when your energy is highest. Do not try to balance your day with weak tasks during your peak hours. Double down on your force multipliers. Establish the evening quarantine at the end of the day. Stop analyzing your personality. Stop reading 5 different books on how to fix your mindset before sleep. Quarantine your mind. Review what was constructed, leave what was undone, and allow the unconscious mind to rest in quiet order. I once knew an elderly mentor who spent 40 years studying the habits of hyper-successful leaders, statesmen, and builders. He told me something on a porch late one evening that I have never forgotten. He said, "Jim, the world is full of miserable men who spent their whole lives trying to fix their gardens by pulling every single leaf off the trees, thinking the leaves were the problem. The great ones simply planted better seeds, watered the roots, and let the sun do the rest." Stop treating your life as a broken machine that requires infinite tinkering. You are not a defect to be corrected. You are a force to be deployed. Drop the shame. End the endless self-diagnosis. Stop trying to fix yourself. Instead, look clearly at the raw materials you possess today. Eliminate the unnecessary noise, strip away the toxic inputs, align your environment with your natural strengths, and step boldly into the work you were designed to execute. The world does not need another patched up average individual trying desperately to fit a mold. The world needs focused, aligned, unshakable builders who have stopped fixing themselves and started constructing their destiny.